My name is Brooklyn, and I am a 34-year-old office worker. It has been 5 years since I married my spouse, Isaac. We both work, but we save money by renting a modest room in an apartment in the suburbs. We've been saving properly for the past 5 years, and the sum has grown significantly. Yes, I worked hard for it. Looking at the figures, I'm moved. Then I see Isaac slowly approaching me. He hesitantly asks me, "Hey, our savings have grown quite a bit, so maybe we can relocate soon. The rent is low here, but commuting takes a long time. Therefore, I'd like to relocate to an area with easy access." His expression resembles that of a stray pet imploring me to take him home. We could save a little more. I am unsure. I do not comprehend what Isaac is saying. It currently takes 50 minutes to reach work, so when we work overtime, I go home quite late. I always slept late because I had to cook and do washing afterward. I don't believe this is a healthy way to live, so I get his point. When I was younger, I enjoyed making the most of my commute time, but as I've grown older, the long journey has become a minor inconvenience. You'd like to be home early, too, wouldn't you? When you go out for drinks, you won't have to worry about time as much. That is true. We have to pay a high cab fare because we live so far from downtown. Suppose we miss the last train. Isaac and I enjoy drinking, and we frequently go out with friends and colleagues, so it would be wonderful if we did not have to worry about that moment. Yeah, maybe it's time for us to relocate. I choose to agree with my husband. He appears thrilled and adds, "Yes, thank you. I'm going to find an excellent place." I decided on the room that we are living in right now, but because the cheap rent was the priority, you couldn't say that it was a comfortable room. We got used to it after living here for a while, but I agree that Isaac must have had complaints about this room. It was mostly up to me, and I didn't accept many of his requests, but he was happy to agree to live here. So this time, I guess I'll trust him and let him make the decision. So I'll leave it up to him to find a location. Sometimes he prioritizes himself, but most of the time he is nice and considers what is best for the two of us. I'm confident he'll find a room suitable for both of us. That is what I thought. This place looks good, but I also like this one. He is saying this while glancing over pamphlets he received from the realtor. I take a peek. What? 200 and 300 for this one? That's too cheap. I don't think that's enough for a comfortable room for one person. I take a closer look. No, just a second. Isaac, do you think these places are a tad pricey? The booklets depict rooms with monthly rentals as high as $2,000 to $3,000. He's seeking rooms in high-rise condominiums. What do you mean? These are the types of places we should look at. I can't believe this. There should be plenty of rooms closer to downtown yet less expensive. I suddenly wonder if it will be okay to leave things up to Isaac. Speaking with him, it appears that he is not searching for a place alone. His mother has stepped in and said something about the rooms, and they are discussing what is best for us. One day I arrived home early because I didn't need to work overtime. Isaac and his mother, Paisley, were browsing through pamphlets and conversing happily. Paisley glances at me and asks, "Are you already home?" I wanted to continue looking at additional rooms. "I do not want to see you either, Paisley. My mother-in-law and I don't really get along. She bullied me every time we met face to face. I go to my room, set down my luggage, and change. I can already hear Paisley at the door saying, 'See you soon, Isaac.' I work more overtime than my husband, so it appears she comes here while I am not yet home. But why is she looking for a room for us? Is she considering living with us? No way. I have to stop it with everything I have. Even though I said I'd leave it to Isaac, I don't think I can agree to a place with such high rent. It's true that I am more frugal than others. Of course, you don't want to overspend." Isaac doesn't appear to mind as he continues to gaze at the pricey rooms. "Okay, this looks right. It has everything we need, plus it's reasonably priced." He appears excited and raises the booklet high in the air. I take it and check the pricing. It specifies $3,000 each month. What exactly makes this place not too expensive? I've never lived anywhere this costly. Is it actually worth it? I am quite hesitant. Don't you think this is a little too expensive? What? No, we can pay for it. We have savings. Maybe that's true. However, this location has excellent security, and the access is incredible. There is a supermarket nearby, and the post office and bank are also closed. It's in a fantastic setting, and I believe it's beautiful. It's also quite spacious, therefore I believe the rent is reasonably priced. He's giving a presentation as if he were a realtor. I don't think I can stop him now. I give in to his passion. We decide to sign the contract for the room. This is how our life in the high-rise condo starts. True, the room is an excellent living space. However, I don't think I've ever felt at ease in this room since moving in. Paisley comes over frequently and stays till late. Isaac, today we're eating steak and fries. Yes, my favorite. Thank you, Mom. I also made my own unique soup, so please let me know if you would like more. She utilizes the built-in kitchen as if it were her own. Oh, Brooklyn, I didn't make any for you. So make sure to prepare your own meals. Paisley stares at me when she says this. Not an issue. I don't want to eat your food anyway. But the pans, knives, and cutting board that you used were left in the sink, you know. Why do I have to start my time at home after work by doing the dishes? I almost said this, but it will just make the situation worse. So I shut up and walked to the sink. This is really irritating. Another explanation for her frequent visits to our chamber appears to be that Isaac continues to bring his mother over because she wants to brag to her neighbors about the high-rise condo. My parents haven't been to this room once. When I try to talk about my parents, Isaac invariably changes the topic. Isaac's father did come over once, but he says, I don't think I can really relax here, and never comes back. Why won't Paisley become like him? I'm not thrilled with Isaac's attitude, but I said I'd leave it up to him to locate a place, and I agree to live here, so I don't think I can say too much to him. To be honest, I expected him to prioritize time and life with me. But since we moved into this room, I've seen a shift in his attitude toward me. He used to be extremely kind to me, and I have no doubt that if Paisley had been impolite to me, he would have spoken to her. But now he never stops her, and even when she says hurtful things to me, he ignores them as if they are none of his business. That is why Paisley frequently gets carried away, and her bullying is escalating. Are you already home? Are you actually working? You're not lying to us or messing around, are you? Of course not. I have a genuine job, you know. Since we moved here, the office has gotten closer. So of course I get home sooner than usual. That is not my concern. Isaac and I are in the middle of dinner. I can't tolerate the sight of you, so go to your room or go. How do you say that? You should be aware that I also live here. You do not even reside here. Why should I listen to you? I'm so upset that I snap back at her. Isaac gets outraged and asks, how could you say that to my mother? You just do as she says. Both of them are shouting at me. I am so weary from work, and I don't want to go through this right now. So I chose to eat outside on my own, late at night. When I think Paisley has left, I go home. This is meaningless. I am still home late, just like when I worked extra and got home late to my old apartment. I believe this is too much, so invite Isaac to the living room so we can chat. He seems annoyed. Hey, can you beg your mother not to come over too often? For real? You understand how bad you are. Why would I treat my mother that way? She should be treating me better, you know. Do not be dumb. She comes over to assist with the housework. We should feel grateful. Okay then. Allow me to call my parents at some point. My mother is a housewife, so she is also competent at housework. Isaac is enraged and screams, we will not have your parents in this room. If you aren't satisfied with that, you should leave. What? Why? Why are you rejecting my parents in this way? Shut up. I just do not like them. Mom also said so. She claimed they're unpleasant. I don't want people like them in this room. How? How do you say anything like that? They're my parents. I am so sad that I am in tears. My husband and I adored each other. However, if he continues to say such things, I'm unsure if I can remain in his company. Anyway, you aren't bringing your folks here. As I already stated, if you are unwilling to listen to me, you will leave. I do not think I understand my husband anymore. He claims to despise my parents and finds them unpleasant. That's out of the question. Okay, I am leaving. You're going to regret it, you know. Isaac snorts. Huh? What are your regrets? Simply get away from here. You're the one who will come to regret this. He must be insane to say something like this. I pack my bags and travel to my parents' home. Once I get there, they bombard me with questions. Why am I here with so many bags? What happened to me and Isaac? Despite the fact that we had just moved into our new room, they greeted me warmly. I did not know. I can't believe Isaac did this to you. Why would he say that to you, Brooklyn? We weren't very fond of his mother, to be honest. Yes, she is. I am not sure. She has no class. However, I believe you should communicate with each other about this. Brooklyn, we were returning. We're going to chat with Isaac. Dad drives Mom and me back to the condo. I just lived in this condo for 2 months, but I'm back today. I open the main entrance's keys. We use the elevator and arrive at the 15th floor. I put the room keys in the door and opened it. But something feels odd. I notice a woman's coat on the floor. Whose coat is it? I rush in and open the living room door. I see my spouse and an unknown woman naked, and they are in the midst of business. I stand there with the door open, and they shout, "What are you doing now? Brooklyn, why are you here? I thought you had departed." Isaac, what is the significance of this? Did you bring your father? The woman with him cries, "Will you shut up?" We were looking away, so you both put on some clothing. We turn around and wait for them to be ready. Following that, we sat down and asked them questions. They appear to work together and have been having an affair for some months. In other words, Isaac wanted to relocate closer to the office so he could see her more frequently. Unbelievable. I suppose there is no need to discuss anything. My father is looking at Isaac with disdain. My lawyer will contact you about divorce and compensation. Isaac is becoming blue. The woman spoke. Whatever. Isaac, you are renting this place under your name, correct? We can live together, she says. She does not appear to understand the problem at all. We're all good. Isaac appears to be too arrogant to tell the truth. Goodbye, then. Oh, and I'm bringing the furniture and home application that I worked on with me, okay? I say, then exit the room with my parents. Several days later, I hire a moving company to transport my belongings, and I say farewell to the high-rise condo. Through my lawyer, I request a divorce and compensation for both Isaac and his girlfriend. Isaac was initially unwilling to pay, but the lawyer I hired was fantastic. So all he could do was respond to my request in the end. It's been 1 month since then, and I get a call from an unknown number. I answer, and I find myself speaking with Paisley. Brooklyn, I'm so thrilled you responded. Paisley, why are you calling me? Oh, I wanted to convey how sorry I am. I did not know. I had no idea you were the one who spent the majority of your savings on the condo's rent. I'd like to apologize. Will you please return? Isaac cannot afford to pay his rent and may be evicted. His new girlfriend has abruptly quit her job and isn't even doing the chores. She doesn't do what I say, and the other day she almost smacked me. That was terrifying. I realize how much better things were when you were present, but this is absolutely disgusting. She simply wants things to go her own way. I apologize, but that is none of my concern. You figure it out for yourself. Goodbye. Please wait. I hang up and block her right away. According to a mutual friend, Isaac appears to have been unable to pay his rent and was forced to leave the property. As a result, his girlfriend also dumped him. Paisley had been voting with her neighbor about her son's life in a high-rise condominium. But because he had to move out after several months, and they discovered that I had been paying the majority of the rent, they are now laughing at her and will never take her seriously again. It appears that she no longer leaves her residence. That serves her right. As for myself, I've moved into a small apartment where I'm living a simple lifestyle and saving money again. It's accumulating up to a significant sum, so I may be able to select a semi-retirement lifestyle. I'm curious why you make it appear as if you earned it when your opulent lifestyle is entirely due to your wife's generosity. Isaac should have simply been appreciative. In any event, I'm glad Brooklyn was able to leave her nasty ex-husband. I hope she finds someone better in the future.